Good morning, my dear students. Actually, we have started the class from 20th. Since most of you are again writing me, sir, explain from the very beginning. Yesterday also, I had revision class, but that was not much successful due to poor recording. So I am explaining everything again. All of you be attentive. Actually, trigonometry is not new to you. All of you have read trigonometry in your school curriculum. In your 10th class, you have read trigonometry. So, what is trigonometry? Trigonometry is a branch of mathematics which deals with measurement of angles of a triangle. Actually, this branch of mathematics was developed in Greece some 3000 years ago. In those days, people were concerned about navigation and that is movement of stellar bodies. So, by studying these concepts gradually, they had to adopt some technique of knowing the direction of moving the ship in a deep sea, like that. These concepts generated the distance, height, these concepts. So that generated angle subtended by an object, like that. So trigonometry was originated in Greece. So that's why you see the word Triogonia metru. These are three Greek words. Trio means three, metru means angle, agonia means angle, metru means measurement. So three angle measurement. Trigonometry is a branch of mathematics which deals with measurement of angles of a triangle. So naturally, when you measure angles, how to measure? What is the convention of measuring an angle? Already you have a lot of measurements of angles in your school days. But how did you measure? What is the instrument you use? Actually, you use the instrument for measuring angles that is known as protractor. Protractor is a device like this. This is a protractor. So 0, 90, 180. Again, another graduation 0, 90, 180. That means in this way as well as in this way. So when you were asked to draw a 60 degree, how did you draw? You just drew a straight line, put this protractor here, and this is 60. So you gave a mark here and took out the protractor. This is the center point. So join this by the straight line so that this is 60 degree. But how did you know that? Why not this one 60? Why not this one 60? Actually, this is correct, this is not correct, because there is a convention of measuring angles. In the school days, you did not know what is the convention of measuring angles. Also, you did not know what is a positive angle, what is a negative angle. That I am explaining you, be attentive. Actually, this is x, o, x dash o, x. This is straight line x dash o, x. Ox is known as initial line or starting line. All angles are measured taking this as base line. So OX is known as initial line or starting line. So from OX, if you measure in anti-clockwise direction, this is a positive angle. If you measure in anti-clockwise direction, you see the clock moves from left to right. This is anticlockwise. So from OX, if you measure in anticlockwise direction, that is a positive angle. Again from OX, if you measure in clockwise direction, that means toward down. So that is a negative angle. So this is XOP theta. XOP is theta, and this angle is of same dimension. Actually, this is of same dimension. And this is XOQ is minus theta. These are very important concept in geometry or trigonometry. First concept in trigonometry, measurement of angles, convention of measuring angles. From OX, in this way positive, in this way negative. Let us take various examples so that you will be clear about positive and negative angles. Suppose you are asked to draw 60 degree, draw minus 60 degree. I will draw. Actually, this is a line, and this is your 60 degree, and your minus 60 degree is here. This is your minus 60 degree, because this line is OX. If you write or do not write, if you give it name OX or do not give, it might help. But this line, this part is known as initial line. From this anticlockwise 60 degree, this wise minus 60 degree. Now we extend. Suppose greater angles, more than 60. An angle which is less than 90 degree is an acute angle. An angle which is more than 90 degree, less than 180 is an obtuse angle. An angle which is more than 180 degree is a reflex angle. So these angles, that means very great angles. Maybe this is 360, then 500, 700, 900, 3000, 5000, and similarly in this way, minus 360, minus 500, minus 700, minus 3000. So all these greater angles in positive way or negative ways can be drawn. Actually our purpose will be to locate the position of the angle. You see, I am drawing greater angles. How? Gradually generate the concept, gradually understand. Suppose I draw 390 degree and minus 390. See, so this one is 360, then another 30. This angle is 390 degree. Follow? This is your XOP, is your XOXP, you write. This is 390 degree. Alright. That means one complete revolution ending here is 360, another 30. This is a reflex angle. This is a reflex angle. So how 390 degree? In this way. So this is another 30 here. This is minus 390 degree. Follow? So here it starts from OX, ends here, falls here. Actually these four are known as quadrant. This is first quadrant, this is second quadrant, this is third quadrant, this is fourth quadrant. If you denote that in this way, suppose this is quadrant number 1, this is quadrant number 2, this is quadrant number 3 and quadrant number 4. So actually here 390 degree falls in first quadrant and minus 390 degree falls in your fourth quadrant. This is fourth quadrant. Mark the difference. So 390 cross 390 degree falls in first quadrant, where minus 390 degree falls in your fourth quadrant. This is fourth quadrant. This is your first quadrant. So that is the major difference, because now gradually you learn that how trigonometry functions, behave differently in different quadrants. What will be their sign in different quadrants? That will learn gradually. Then listen. Suppose let us take other still bigger angle. Draw 1830 degree minus 1830 degree. Say, again let me, before this let me make you clear about these quadrants. Then I will come to this again, because it will be very clear once you know the quadrants. What do you mean by quadrants? Actually, this x dash o x y o y dash. So your x o y, this is your first quadrant. This is your second quadrant. This is your third quadrant. And this is your fourth quadrant. So x o y is your first quadrant. X dash o y is your second quadrant. X dash o y dash is your third quadrant. And x o y dash is your fourth quadrant. Irrespective of you measure angles clockwise or anti-clockwise, these quadrants remain same. Their places are not changed. So this angle, this is the first quadrant, this is the second quadrant, this is the third quadrant, this is the fourth quadrant. So let us draw 1860 degree and minus 1860 degree. 1860, that means here there are a lot of revolutions. But how many revolutions? Where exactly the angle will lie? Let us examine that very minutely. That means this is 90, this is also 90 degree, this is also 90 degree, each is 90 degree. So if we calculate, divide 860 by 90, so picture will be clear where the angle will lie. Let us take 1860 divided by 90. Now this is 20, obviously 20 euro is by your intuitive calculation, you can say this is 20, then 60 is the remainder. That means after revolving 20 times here, 20 quadrants, after revolving 20 quadrants, then 60 degree. So revolving 20 times each quadrant, then 60 degree. But since this is a positive angle, already you know that this is how positive angles are measured in this way. This is negative angles. This is, so anti-clockwise means, so here this will be 1, 2, 3, 4. For positive angle in this way, this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So 20 times. Then 5, 6, 7, 8 in this way. Will you count everything? No. Only 20 means division by 4. All multiples of 4 ends here. 1, 2, 3, 4 ends here. So that 20 ends here. That means 1800 is covered here. Another 60. So 60 means that falls here. So 1860 falls in first quadrant. 1860 falls in first quadrant. Then how to measure minus 1860? Here same thing. Here. I think this is visible. So again, see this positive angle in this way means 1, 2, 3, 4. But this negative angle. So this will be first. You will measure in this way. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. That is 4 ends here means all the multiples of 4 will end here. 20 is a multiple of 4. So 20 will end here. So after this, after minus 1800, so another 60 degree. So that falls here. That means minus 1860 degree falls in fourth quadrant. So ultimately this is your answer. Determine, draw this and determine the quadrants in which the angles lie. This is the question. Draw 1860 minus 1860, determine how. Suppose you are thinking how to draw. How to draw means only how many? 20 times. That means here 1, 4, 8, 16, then 20, then 30. This is actually 1860. Similarly here from this 8, 4, 8, 16, 20, then another. So this is minus 18. In this way, our very purpose is to know in which quadrant the angle lies, because trigonometric functions with change sign, they have different signs, they have particular signs in different quadrants. That I will explain again. See, so now you derive the technique of knowing either a very big positive angle or a very big negative angle, and that lies in which quadrant. Now, similarly, you can extend, you can take to say 2760, say 5050. Anyway, these greater angles again you divide by 90 and calculate the quadrant in which the angle lies. Clear? Now come to quadrant B. Here, this is first quadrant, so rule is A, S, T, C. R, sugar to coffee. Or you can remember all sine, tan, cos. Is it 15 minutes? So you come to second video. I am coming to second video because it's a long time will not take. That will be problem for coming to you. So I close now. Again I come here in the second video. Thank you.